Hi guys, welcome to honeystocks.com video. And the question that we're asking at the moment is very simple, and it is, should we be looking at gold just now? Now, there's lots of reasons for this. I'm going to get into the technical charts. I'm going to get into a couple of reasons why you might want to be looking to trade or invest in gold at the moment. But before I get into that, I just quickly want to touch on this. Just please pause the video, just make sure you're comfortable with that before we proceed. There's not any recommendations here, this is just my opinion. Now, the gold bugs, or the gold investment community, I suppose would be the better way of putting it. They're all very happy at the moment because gold is now starting to advance in price. Now, that's obviously good news if you like to trade gold, if you are a long-term investor in gold, but there is oftentimes a lot of opportunity to trade areas of the market. And I think a lot of people, especially when they think about the stock market, they're always fixated on the stocks. You'll maybe keep going back to Facebook over and over, maybe Tesla or Amazon, Google, and you keep trading the same stocks over and over. But in actual fact, what you'll find with that approach is it actually restricts you quite a lot. And it pays to have an understanding of when one market starts to stall, other markets start to move a little bit. And that's really what we're seeing with gold at the moment. So what do the technicals tell us? So certainly when we observe the chart for gold at the moment, we can see that this resistance technically has dated back to 2013. Now, when we have a breakout above a key area of resistance, especially when it takes that long for it to actually move above the key level, what we can oftentimes see is fast and aggressive moves. Now, gold historically, when you look to history, when it breaks out of these stubborn resistance areas, that will attract a lot of the technical traders. Obviously, the long-term, fundamental investors in gold will always be there. But the reason why we get these big spikes in price is it really encourages a lot of even the short-term technical traders, longer-term technical traders to come in and buy the commodity. And this is really what we've seen. This is absolutely no surprise to me. We've broken out above a key level at 1360. We've now advanced at time of recording to 1393. But the expectation now is with gold that this will then start to move quite rapidly and maybe start to move through the levels, maybe up to 1600, possibly 1800, and then ultimately $2,000. Now, absolutely, we've no idea. Nobody has any clue how far gold is going to ultimately go. However, if you are a technical trader, technically minded, there's no harm in taking this breakout here and then simply just moving in and going with the flow. This is why technical trading will always be my number one approach. But certainly when we look at the daily chart on gold also, again, very clear that we've got this breakout above 1360, and again, it's really starting to move. So that is the hope for gold at the moment. Now, one of the reasons why gold is, I suppose, really attractive at the moment is gold is traditionally seen as a bit of a safety net. So when the areas of the market that maybe start to stall a little bit, you'll find that things like precious metals will then start to advance. Now, it's no surprise to me that currently the actual stock market is stalling at resistance levels. We've got a lot of news-driven events. If we think about things going on with Trump and all the rest of it. So it makes sense to me at the moment that gold is moving. It's absolutely no surprise. And when we think about gold, and certainly the the way the market is structured, where we are constantly looking to just maybe follow the money. And when you have an understanding of what the follow the money really entails, and that is just essentially observing what areas of the market are moving at any given time and understanding what areas are beginning to stall. And obviously, we can look at things like the Iran US conflict. That's a news driven event that is perhaps not the greatest for the stock market. We've obviously got the Chinese trade war going on at the moment. There's a lot of individuals that believe we're heading towards a recession. There is a lot of uncertainty at the moment in the stock market. Now, I'm not one of those guys that is saying it's all doom and gloom at the moment. I am very technically minded. I am registered with the CMT Association. I'm studying towards my level 1 exams at the moment for technical analysis, which is quite a big deal. So I purely play on the technicals. I understand that it's price that pays. It's not what the balance sheet of the company looks like. But if we understand what goes on with the big money, and when I talk about the big money, I'm talking about the Goldman Sachs of the world. I'm talking about the JP Morgans of the world. What they will do is they all have targets that they need to achieve. And when one area of the market, as I says below before, when one area of the market starts to stall, other areas start to move. And when you start to see these shifts into precious metals, if we see bonds start to rise, etc., that can oftentimes be an early warning signal to say, okay, there seems to be a bit of a shift in what's going on with the overall market. There seems to be a shift with the big money. So we need to be factoring this in with our decision making. And do we want to be buying stocks at the moment? Do we want to be buying commodities? Do we want to be buying bonds? Do we want to be getting into currencies? So you need to weigh up what's going on with the overall market to actually decide what area of the market you want to profit from. It's not as simple as just going in and buying Facebook or Tesla. As I said before, it pays to have an understanding of the overall market. And at the moment, the overall market is telling us that gold is starting to move. There are areas of the stock market that are still moving as well. So absolutely, if you're technically minded, then I think gold is a logical place to look at the moment. And really, that's really what I wanted to communicate in today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give the video a like, thumbs up. Let me know what you're looking to trade at the moment. If there's any stocks, if there's any commodities that you feel like should be on the radar, pop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you are somebody that perhaps struggles with your trading, go and check out our website, honeystocks.com, and maybe we can help you out in some way. But if you've stuck around to the end, thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching, and maybe we'll speak to you soon. Thanks.